Alright, I'm streaming now, and I've been too lazy to put up my title card and my show name, and I have my co-host here, Gamegenten, while I'm fucking around in GIMP. Not a GIMP suit, but the editor. So, there you go. Um, and yeah, so yeah, people should be able to hear you now. Um, right. Yeah, it might be a little bit. So, yeah. Oh, I didn't change my thing to creative yet. All right. Yeah, probably. Um, oh god. All right, so Twitch is updated. Arts. Fucking. Why do I even care about fucking Hitbox anymore? I don't even know. No one ever does anything on there. Um, I don't know. No, it's totally geared towards gaming and shit. Um, I don't know. Well, it's I mean, the whole hitbox interface is actually really nice, but it's like if you're gonna be discovered and shit, you want to do it on Twitch. So if you already have like people, then you can move them over to hitbox, and it's not such a big deal. All right, let me see if I can pull up the. Uh, um. Oh, I know this asshole. Anyway, yeah, I will totally ban my friends for being douches. So don't even pretend. Yeah. Uh. Nice. Well, with a name like Hitbox, you know. Yeah, I agree. Like I like the hitbox interface, just it's not out there, so people aren't using it yet. Yeah, I have a thing. All right, so what the fuck is going on even right now? Did I just what? Um, say something. Yeah, he. Well, I mean the this is oh my god, he can hear me right now, so I like he can hear me forgetting everyone's fucking name. This is DK Plays, and he's a douchebag that moved out of Chicago and disappeared in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, I think he actually does shit on Twitch sometimes. So I'm gonna I guess I'll double check that my audio is working, but I'm like 99% sure it is because I can see your shit doing whatever. That's a thing. War Thunder, he says, is what he plays. Where's my fucking all the things? Yeah, I guess so. Let's see, my. Oh, shit. The mixer. Well, it's. It's a different kind of dumb. The good dumb. There's a good dumb? Okay. I believe you. Alright, I gotta figure this shit out. Alright, whatever. Um. No. I don't care. I don't even know what I would want help with at the moment. So, let's see. So setting this. Vertical segment should be equal. Select all, edit, copy visible. Let's try that again. Is it giving me the same shit? It's totally giving me the same shit. Why are the fucking segments different fucking widths? Who did this? They deserve so much beatings. So many beatings. It's a combination of tin can and string and Discord. Yeah, you know, that's the next upgrade. It's the next big thing. I think he's making a joke. There could be. You could make one. Alright, so I'm gonna fucking resize this image. Yeah, it's like, because he must have seen me come on just as, like, I started dicking around and wasn't even... Yeah, whatever. That's my thing. Yeah, and yeah, that's totally gonna work out well. Alright, so 24 pixels size. Alright. Well, you know, it's the classic. What now? Right. Yeah, you can't use this color. Well, the thing is, there's other colors you can use. Well, no, just in life. You take that back. Ah. So, how did I even get here from there? I don't even know. Well, you know, I can't even check the stream right now because I'm doing too many things. So if you can verify that the sound is totally whack job, I'd appreciate it. What? I'm so confused. This thing doesn't work at all like I expected it to. So I guess this is just how it gotta be. Whatever, I'm just gonna save it like this and we'll see what fucking happens. Alright. Segment right. Place, compatibility. 24-bit, otherwise it will choke. Alright. Okay, that looks right. So I guess I don't need to change anything there? Alright, well, I mean, the thing is, like, I know desktop audio works because I've been streaming for, like, a month, and desktop audio works fine. So you can actually see whenever you talk, desktop audio thing jumps up. Oh, you know what? I think it is. Wait. Is there... It might be interacting with Discord if your voice is getting turned down. So that's totally possible. Huh. Are you able to hear your voice through it? Yeah. Too many layers. Too many different things going on all at once. Alright, so I don't need that. I don't need that. You're trying to kill me. Oh my god. Oh god. Wait. Are you supposed to... I don't think quicking... Oh my god. The lyrics are so insane. Oh, I'm crying right now. That's great. Really? God, that was hilarious. Oh god. Um... Maybe. No, I mean, because, like, it almost, like, it makes sense. So I guess I'm just gonna turn off attenuation, because I don't know what's actually causing the fucking issue. But that should, I guess, fix it. But it's weird, because I can see that the desktop audio, like, appears whenever you're talking, and appears. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, and maybe it's because I changed which tracks are being recorded. I don't know. I'll just do that and see what the fuck happens.
Oh, he says he can hear me.
Well, I just changed a setting or two, so you know, I guess stuff was gonna happen eventually.
Okay. Well, should I? I'm gonna mute Discord and I'm gonna unmute your stream and I'm going to finish. I'm gonna finish reading the Time Killer lyrics.
All right, okay. I'm prepared. I can handle this. I can do this.
All right.
I can't do this.
I'm in a state of mind which makes me blind for the fact that I'm a man. I'm here to stay forever, but not today. In my heart, there's no place for you, and in my mind, there's no space for you. The exit already melted away, and now there's nothing left to say. You need a time killer, and you don't understand. I am like quicksand. Lick it from my hand. I am your time killer. I let your mind expand. I am like quicksand. Lick it from my hand.
Oh, I hope some of that was recorded though, because I don't even know. Fucking A. Is it working for you?
Okay, so the thing is, my miking sounds pretty bad on the stream. It sounds worse than yours.
Huh.
This guy needs a fucking time killer, and he doesn't even understand.
I don't think he understands.
I don't think he does. It's a Project Pitchfork song.
Oh, he should know. He's a fucking DJ. Oh.
I haven't even heard the original one. I still know that.
Oh, God. I can't even think straight right now. Okay. So I save that. I export. Alright,
You have so many fucking windows open. Oh my god.
I told you I was having issues finding the fucking Discord window because I have so many windows open.
Well, I didn't not believe you.
Middle.
I really need to work on my radio voice.
Oh, God. I don't even know why that's so funny. Maybe it's just because, you know, the lyrics are terrible. Yeah, it's at Pitchfork. It's not And One. And One has the da 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 kind of lyrics, you know. Fucking can't even think it. You know, Computer Machina, Panzermensch, something, probably in German. Yeah.
I only listen to rap.
Clearly. So apparently, whoever made the fucking Gray Z skin, the fucking all the different parts were not the same size. So that's weird. Oh well, whatever. Fuck them.
They just didn't enter any settings for it, and it reverts to default.
No, they like the so the right and the left borders were different widths. And same deal with the bottom is different width than the top, which I could see being useful, but I don't think that's what they were going for. God damn it, there's a fucking something going on up here. I'll fix that shit later. I'll just finish up the fucking skin now. I guess what I want to do is I want to open up the top right segment. Just grab this. Copy. There we go.
What he's doing is, we're just testing stuff, and I kind of wanted to watch what he's doing, because we're both using the same notepad program. and so he's basically streaming so that I can see it. And I think we've both been kind of doing stuff like this that we're gonna have to do anyway. Like we've been doing some of it live for the benefit of like people who don't know how to do cool stuff with their computer.
Right. I call them half-ass tutorials.
And I call it testing and chill, which is my main show on Twitch at this point.
Yeah. Alright, so I want the bottom left.
So yeah, make sure to go and follow my stream at
Like and subscribe.
/Gamegenten.
Oh my god, these things are different sizes too. I hate you so much. Whoever did this. So you can actually, like, you can see, this is the bottom right and this is the bottom left, or you'll see it on delay. But bottom right, bottom left. And you can see they're both 25 pixels high, but this one's 34 pixels wide and that one's 27 pixels wide. Why? Fuck if I know. I guess they can be any size that you want, really. But it's just weird.
It's kind of dumb.
And I don't really understand why they're all different sizes. So
You won't follow me until I follow. I mean, I am kind of interested in this flight sim. What else do you play though? I want to make sure like you're playing elite games and doing pimp runs and shit.
pimp runs.
Especially because you called us both faggots, and that is my first impression that I'll forever have of you.
Yeah, it's not usually a good first impression, but you know what? He's really good like that. Really good at bad first impressions. He's like an expert.
It's your fault, Turner. You didn't know I was here.
That's actually awesome.
You didn't know somebody was going to remember him for the rest of their life as the guy who just walks in and calls everybody a faggot.
Well, yeah, yeah, but he has to know that the shit gets recorded. Also, it's all simulcasted to like YouTube and everything, so anyone else who's seeing it.
No, I just want to know like what kind of games do you play besides the War Thunder? I did just order a flight stick, not like a HOTAS, but just a regular flight stick from Amazon. So I'm kind of maybe thinking of getting a flight sim, but I'm not really gonna play them as often as most of the hardcore flight sim players play them because I have too much other shit to play.
That's pretty much true about everything, though. What?
I thought the flight sim people were pretty are kind of the same as with racing people. Is they pretty much play the same game.
Uncomfortably obsessive?
All the time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, no, they just have the one game. That's the best game for the super expensive hardware that they bought. And that switches out every year or two or whatever.
Yeah, it's a big investment. I don't envy having to throw down, hundreds of dollars just to enjoy my shit. Although, I totally would do it. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, like, I'm glad that I don't have to right now. But that's only because they haven't released a decent Mech Warrior simulator since, like, 1990. When they do that, I'm screwed.
I buy the gear for the games I'm already playing. There's no way I would ever drop that kind of money and then buy the game. And I think a lot of those games don't always work that well with default setups, so it's kind of hard to get into them without having the gear first.
Yeah. Like, I didn't bring my flight stick, I don't think. So that sucks.
Plays, which racing games do you play? Racing driving games?
Okay, 34, not 43.
Oh, I'm glad you have the on-screen chat. I can actually use full screen now. I wonder if there's a way I can get the Twitch alerts set up to like retain the chats until they get pushed off the screen by like more chat?
There was
I
something I was looking at for doing that actually recently because I was thinking the same
haven't looked
thing.
at any Twitch alert settings because it's so separated from the OBS interface and because the default settings look so good automatically.
Yeah, you can. I know you can change. I think you can. I think I might be able to make it persistent, but I know that you can increase it a lot.
It looked pretty extensive.
Yeah, it's very configurable.
It's just kind of nice that you almost don't have to because it looks great.
Yeah, no, it does. It looks great, like right out of the box, which is badass. Okay, so now I just got to do these two little guys down here, and then I can do the menu. Wait, what the hell is that? Is that even a thing anymore?
Can you post links on Twitch in chat?
You can if I give you permission to.
Oh, wow. Okay. So that link got deleted.
Okay, so the funny thing is I actually can see the link whenever I'm logged in through IRC. It doesn't censor it. But
you can see the link that it's a link to Grip.
I can see that it's a Steam app. I can't actually see.
Okay.
Like it doesn't give me a preview or anything.
Oh, because it's just stupid numbers.
Right, stupid numbers. All right.
If you post a link, does it show?
Yeah, it should because it's my thing.
Can you repost the link for him? I want him to check out this game.
Well, I was gonna see if I could add you as a mod or something.
I'm trying not to derail you, Turner.
You're derailing me. God damn it!
You're derailing yourself.
You started it.
Oh, he can see the link. I just can't see it for some reason. That's fucking really weird. Okay.
Maybe he's using IRC too or something.
So this is a driving game that is the sequel to a couple other driving games that came out in the late 90s. And the entire concept of the game is based on the Tyco Rebound toy RC car that came out in the 90s. Although the game has no corporate affiliation with this car whatsoever. They just stole the idea. And it's a wall driving racing game. So it's like Wipeout, but you can drive on walls and shit.
I don't think these files do anything anymore. I think they're for old versions, so fuck that. Alright.
Oh.
Same.
Hey, Turner, have you heard of this thing called Better Twitch?
Maybe? No? I don't know.
That's all Amber uses to browse Twitch, which I guess she's a pretty hardcore Twitch viewer.
Huh.
And she says that it's better than Twitch, and it's called Better Twitch.
Blasphemy! Actually, no, that probably sounds really easy to do.
Well, it's a Chrome app, and I have a feeling you're gonna like the skin.
Because it's dark?
Yep. At least some of it's dark, not all of it.
Here we go. This is the fucking file I was looking for.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's configurable. One of the listed features is darken most of the site for your viewing pleasure. They made this just for you, dude.
It's possible. Then again, everyone should just make things for me. Screw the rest of the audience.
I pretty much feel the same way. I'm a big fan of the vanity request, especially if I donated $5 a couple years ago to a dev.
Wow, you and everyone else.
No, I really have to hold myself back on the Dufflemask forums to not do that.
To not be like an entitled dumbass, or like pretend to be an entitled dumbass?
No, I just want to make sure, like, because I do make a lot of requests, but a lot of people do, and it's pretty clear that he gets bogged down with them and stuff, and you just don't want to be caught being that guy, I guess.
Yeah. God damn motherfucking
The problem
shit.
Dufflemask has, with his requests is that Dufflemask is a tracker, and he gets a lot of people who don't want it to be a tracker. So they're always asking for a feature that is not something you could ever have in a tracker, and they don't realize it because they don't know trackers well enough.
That's
And that kind of makes sense to me.
sort of funny.
I'm smarter, so when I started learning the program, I was always thinking, is this a problem with the program, the emulation, the chip, or the tracker? And always having that question was a huge issue for me. Because I just never knew.
Alright, let's try.
I wish there was a standalone client for Twitch, so I could just run my monitoring on that.
Yeah, that would be kind of handy.
I mean, I want everything to have that, so I don't like browser-based stuff.
Well, that's because browser-based stuff can be super fucking sketchy.
What if there was like a universal sandbox for writing these apps in, like kind of like a Windows API, but not the same?
Well, that's what I was talking about with Electron. Like, there's so many people who use Electron to build shit these days. Ah, fuck a dick. Oh yeah, he's right
What
though.
is
You can
Electron
watch.
again?
You can watch Twitch with VLC and some other shit, which actually I was doing for a little while. I forgot about that. Electron is just like, well, here I'll show you.
You can watch Twitch and VLC. That's madness.
Right?
But I won't have access to monitoring my stream and changing.
No, but
Okay, because that's what I need it for.
but you
That is
can
still really cool for most people, though.
you can watch the video in VLC, and then you can and video and audio in VLC, and then you can use IRC to get the chat, which is what I do.
You know, it'd be cool is if I just had an app that only.
If that only cut out randomly.
No, that only runs the chat, like, so I could run that on my tablet, and then I could run the visual monitoring in full screen without having to have the chat open. And I could have the chat a lot closer to my actual gameplay panel.
Yeah. Fuck. I've totally made some of this shit wonky as hell. I will have to deal with that later. But you can see, like...
My setup?
Huh?
Go ahead.
So there's some, like, alignment issues, like... Because whatever jackass made the skin originally, the skin that I'm kind of, like, using as a template, all of their fucking shit was different sizes, so now everything's fucking misaligned, and it looks wrong, so I gotta figure out how to fix that shit. That's fucking annoying.
Yeah, this looks about as annoying as OBS is.
Well, it's just I gotta do all this shit by hand, you know? Because, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not even complaining about a 15-year-old program right now. I'm just complaining about whoever made this skin. 34,
I'm looking
25.
at GNOME Twitch on GitHub for watching Twitch on your GNU/Linux desktop. I don't think I have one of those.
Well, I mean, you could always get one.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
I mean, it's free.
I know it's free. I just don't have much to actually do on it yet. I made a list of all my Steam games that run in Linux.
Both of them?
So I'm gonna get a build going eventually, and then test all those games and see if any of them actually have good performance with NVIDIA graphics cards.
Well, that's the problem, though, right? Because the drivers suck. And, I mean, drivers suck on Windows, but they suck even harder on, like, anything else.
Said that that's all on NVIDIA because... And then he said, fuck you, NVIDIA.
Well, he's right, and also, Linus is kind of an asshole, so...
Yeah, he seems like he's maybe not the best PR guy for his own self.
He's not a... He definitely is not a good PR guy. That, without a fucking doubt.
It's worth noticing that this is the only way I know about Linus for what he does for a living. I'm assuming he does something involving Linux.
Well,
and that's all I know.
Well, the reason you know is because he's such an asshole, like, it makes the news. That's why you know who he is. I guess that's a form of PR. He made the Linux kernel.
Okay. Like 20 years ago?
Yeah, more than that.
Does he actively develop the Linux kernel to this day?
Yes. Well, mainly he bitches at people who actually do the work, but that's sort of the same thing.
You gotta get the work done. Okay. But yeah, this is one of these things where I wouldn't be booting into my Linux desktop just to kind of watch Twitch on this thing. So it's the problem I'm always going to have with Linux is there's nothing keeping me logged into anything with that OS loaded. If I had to use it for something, I would boot it on like my peripheral slow PC, and then I'd boot right out of it to do something else.
Just use a VM or something.
I guess. Yeah, I guess I could do that.
See, look at this shit. They're off by 1 pixel again. What's that? Arg.
Oh, well, yeah, isn't running Linux in a VM gonna slow things down a little bit?
If you have an i7, nah.
Okay, cool.
Because the i7s have built-in virtualization shit.
It's such a relief to be able to hear that and have it make things suddenly okay. If you told me that a year ago, I would have just called you an asshole.
Well, and you wouldn't be wrong.
I have an i7 now. You could be as mean as you want.
Alright, let's
I'm a
fix that.
technocrat. Fuck anybody who doesn't have an i7.
Right? God damn it. Oh, okay.
My many years spent in PC poverty, though, have made games. I'm trying to get Tybay to start a stream so he can crew up, and I tried to get Amber to start one too, but I don't think with her she'll ever be able to play. No, I'm not saying that like I can't do anything in Linux. There's just so few things that I need to do in Linux very badly that I can't do in Windows. So staying booted into Linux is just not going to happen.
It's also just kind of a status quo thing, too.
It doesn't have a killer app for me.
Yeah.
I mean, if they put out the most dopest DAW ever for Linux, I'd be on it, and I'd stay on it, but it doesn't, like, I don't even know if it runs Fruity Loops yet. I know it didn't a long time ago, and sorry, but it's, like, really like Fruity Loops. It's dope.
I mean, you could probably run it in Wine. I mean, right?
Anybody who says that for a program that has a lot of overhead is immediately a fucking asshole. Especially if they're saying it about something that I can already do in Windows.
Well, I mean, but you can already do lots of things in Windows. But, keep in mind that as Windows 10 gets developed, in massive air quotes, they're just going to keep breaking shit. And eventually nothing is going to work, and things will only work in fucking
I'll have to be
Linux.
on Linux eventually.
Right.
Just like I'll have to live in Gresham pretty soon.
Linux will never have a killer app? I mean, that's not entirely true, though. I mean, there's a whole lot of shit that only runs on Linux. It's just crap, mostly. I mean...
Well, if you're coding for Linux, is it slightly easier to make a program only runs in Linux?
Sorry, if you're doing what?
Okay, say you're writing a program for Linux.
Yeah.
And you're considering cross compatibility. Would it make it your job any easier if you just only made it for Linux?
Probably.
Okay, then yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff that comes out that's only for
I mean, yeah, because there's a whole lot of features that are, like, exclusive to the Linux kernel, and a bigger problem with Linux is that it requires you to do a whole lot of things in the Linux kernel that you can't really do in user space. And that totally fucking blows. And it's kind of one of the reasons why writing drivers for, like, Windows is actually a little bit easier than writing for Linux, because you don't have to get them fucking integrated into the kernel in order for them to work. So that's kind of a real-life kind of problem. God fucking damn it.
Well, the theoretical killer app has to actually...
Has to actually what?
Well, he's saying that, yes, there are a lot of Linux-only apps, but they aren't killer apps, so that means that Linux will never have a killer app, and I think that's kind of goes back to what I'm saying, is like, it needs it for people to I don't fucking know. Conceivably, I think, yes, there could be a killer app. Somebody would make a game that's fucking awesome that I want to play that only works in Linux. Or somebody could make a digital audio workstation that's so awesome that they didn't want to go to the extra work of making it actually fucking run in piece of shit Windows. And I think that's when the killer app is going to come out, and that it could very likely be productivity software. It's less likely to be gaming software. Because if there's a music program that's better than anything else I have, I'm going to...
Yeah, Discord does keep cutting off occasionally. It's kind of annoying.
Oh, yeah, it's... On my end, it sounds fucking terrible. I'm just trying to get used to it. But I am missing, like, big parts of what you're saying.
Half-Life 3 Linux exclusive?
Is Half-Life 3 Linux exclusive?
You know, Half-Life 3 doesn't even exist, even as, like, a wet dream, hardly. But if Gabe decided to do that, that would be really funny.
Gary's mod?
Do what?
Life 3, Gary's mod?
I don't know.
I don't know, I never play that stuff, so I don't know how people think of it. Like, it's kind of like the next Half-Life.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much it's just a fucking sandbox.
Yeah, and Half-Life is just like a modding platform now, right?
Well, no, that's the source engine. I mean, that's something else. Alright, there's some wonky fucking shit going on here. What the fuck?
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me try to clarify myself. Well, yeah, I think one of the things that would make it a killer app that's worth switching over would be that it either only runs on Linux because that's easier for the programmer to do, or that it runs so much better on Linux, which sounds more unrealistic. So, I mean, there's definitely huge problems in the way of it ever happening, but I think Windows 10 is kind of going to make it happen.
Well, so in my opinion, it's that Linux isn't a good desktop experience. Like I like Linux, I use Linux, but I mostly use it on servers, and it's really good for servers. But Linux can still just barely manage to like eke out an existence in any sort of media space. Like there's media centers people are making, but they kind of run like shit. And it's better than I guess having to use a full Windows install and paying money for it. But it's that old not quite joke.
I don't think Windows is expensive enough to give a shit.
It's like I don't know. I mean, up until Windows 10 anyway. I mean, it was like $150 or something. And
It's $150, and it is the operating system that your entire computer runs. Money well spent.
yeah, but people don't like spending money on things.
People don't like spending money on it when they buy their computer initially. I know that.
Oh my god, my
That's why we
fucking
have
brain.
OEM bundling.
24, 25, 24. Where the fuck is my bottom left? Well, Windows 10 runs on Raspberry Pi.
Does it now?
Yep, with the latest Pi 3. They upgraded the ARM processor, so now it does all the things. And it's still like $35 or whatever.
The Pi 3 is?
Yeah. I mean, they're all the Pis are like the same price.
Okay. So there's really no reason to buy an older one?
Thing is that the argument that like, oh, they're running on low hardware, so therefore they're obviously not going to work well, is totally bullshit. Whenever like BOS was doing that crap in like 1996, on like a fraction, like not even as powerful as the Raspberry Pi is, and so it's totally physically possible to do. It's just that you'd have to rework the Linux kernel to do it, and Linus is never going to let that happen. And I don't blame him. Like it would mean that it wouldn't be as useful for the things that people actually use Linux for. So it's kind of this weird, like in between thing. Like Linux wants to be all things to all people, and it just fucking isn't.
I can see that.
But the thing it's not
Like,
that's not a diss on Linux. That's literally everything in the world. Not everything can do everything. Like GIMP cannot do all the things. Like I can't really do vector shit in here, and doing stuff animated
I
GIFs
hate GIMP.
suck. But
I like Paint.net more than GIMP. I know, it hurts to say.
no, I was rolling my eyes over here at TK Plays about people modifying the kernel. Of course, people modify the kernel. That's not the same thing as basically
Do you use
remaking the
Inkscape
kernel.
for vectors?
I don't really do vectors. I like vectors conceptually. I just don't have a whole lot of reason to fuck around with them because bitmaps do most of the shit that you need to do.
Mm.
Although my brain isn't fucking doing the shit I need it to do, so I can't figure out what the fuck the problem is here.
I have to use vectors if I scan drawings because they look like shit in bitmap if you try to make them in black and white. It pixelates them. It's really fucking weird. I don't understand it.
Huh.
But yeah, so Inkscape just to convert them to vector and make them scale to whatever size I want. But it also, there's really no way
That's
to make it look exactly like the drawing does.
that's pretty much the whole thing about vectors, though, is the whole being able to modify their, be able to scale them however you want. Like that's their whole,
Yeah.
reason for existence, really.
But it sucks all the shading. Like, when I fill in with ballpoint pen, there's kind of a grain to it. And it takes that all away. And then it just kind of smooths everything out. It's almost like an anti-aliasing filter, in a way.
Well, I mean, vectors do use anti-aliasing, so it might literally be anti-aliasing.
Oh, well, then that makes perfect sense.
Because vectors aren't graphics. Vector graphics aren't real graphics. They're mathematical definitions of what lines are mathematically, and
Yeah,
then
they're
they're
just
rendered
dots
out.
on a map with curve parameters and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you know what? If Linus was so fucking okay with like Linux being modified, he wouldn't like throw shitty fucking temper tantrums whenever someone tries to change shit in a way that he doesn't like. That's just these two views are just incompatible. This shit is driving me fucking insane though. Like there's some weird fucking shit happening here and I do not know
I'm sure there's tons of tuts
why it
on
is happening.
YouTube that have been made within the last several years.
For what?
For fucking kewlpAd.
Yeah, I doubt it. Highly fucking doubt it. Because you know what? I had a hard time finding the fucking program. It took me scouring the fucking internet and then finally going on archive.org.
Even when I googled kewlpAd archive.org, it didn't show up. Like the archive.org link didn't show up on the first page of browser results. Very fucking strange.
Huh. Yeah, I had to go and go to the archive.org page and actually put in the exact URL I wanted.
Google's going to keep showing us the links we actually want to see, or they're just going to show us whatever people paid for.
Well, yeah, that's probably true.
10 years from now, anyway.
10 years? Wow, you're really forward thinking here. I don't think it'll take that long. I mean, shit's happening kind of already, you know?
I'm being way too optimistic.
A little bit. Oh yeah, people love hostile forks. Anyway, so this is fucking screwing with my head. So there's oh wait, is this okay? So there's a little like blue border down here or something that's overlapping with. You know what? I think it's the background of the fucking drag thingy, which might explain why the sizes are a little bit different. So it does have something to do with the way that the thing was coded. So I won't be able to fix this. I don't know why that just happened. I won't be able to fix this until I actually go through and figure out the different pixel widths here. So that sucks.
Is your writing?
My writing?
Yeah, there's some writing in this text box. In today's rapidly changing world, people use different adjectives for cool something or other.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. Where are you seeing that?
It's in this HTML box you're editing. It's like sample text or something.
Oh, this is the FAQ HTML file for kewlpAd.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can.
They're just explaining the name right there. It took me a second to realize it. Whatever.
Uh. Yeah. So I'm just kind of like demoing
That's
that.
actually an FAQ question. Like, why the fuck your name, bro? It's dumb.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's kind of it's sometimes important to
They should have
because it's cool. Because it was it was barely not the 90s.
Dude, when people ask me what my name means, they don't even have time to sit down and listen to me tell them for the next 15 minutes.
So, you know what? There's a fucking story behind about every fucking name. Like, you can't just come out there and be like, all right, here's the name, and then there's no, like, there's nothing to it. If that's true, then, like, why did you even have a name?
I met this girl at work. Her name is Charisma, spelled with a K, Arizma.
Wow.
But
No comment.
since we have those odd, iffy rules about fraternization, I didn't want to tell her this thing I know about her name that would almost certainly make her bang me.
I believe you so much right now.
So charisma is what we commonly know the word is as having a lot of social grace, but we only think about the word like that because of its original meaning, which is like from Latin or Greek roots or whatever, and it literally means a gift from God.
Um.
So her parents must have really, really wanted her. And that's what I would tell her. And then she would be like, dude, where can I suck your dick?
I don't know if it works that way.
Okay. I'm not gonna, well, I'm pretty sure that would work. I'm not gonna talk like that on the stream most of the time, though.
Okay, so the thing about Portland is that everyone works in a strip club, so it's entirely possible.
Oh, whatever you just said cut out super hard. I didn't get any of it.
Oh. I said in Portland everyone works in a strip club.
Yeah, everyone does work in a strip club in Portland, or a bar, or they're a barista.
Or both. Usually all the
Not
above.
me, though. I'm thinking outside of the box. I'm working at a private
Working at a private what?
Catholic college.
Ah. Well, that's where we get all the strippers.
You mean all the future strippers?
Sure. I don't know, that might look dumb. Let's see what that looks like.
She's a really sweet girl, though. I wish I could tell her that because, like, it actually really means something. Like, how bad did her fucking parents have to want her in her life to give her a name like that? And then spell it totally ghetto.
How old is she?
College aged.
That's definitely interesting, yeah.
Yeah, she looks like kind of Asian or Mexican. I'm not really sure what nationality is.
Huh.
It's a pretty black name when you think about it.
It is kind of, yeah. It does have that sort of ethnic sort of flair to it. And I understand, like, there's kind of this rebellious thing, like, about using names to, yeah, I don't know, just rebel against the whole system, like, in the way that it's made and the way it works, and I get that. It doesn't necessarily work
I like
out,
changing my name because fuck the establishment.
Yeah.
There's I like that Freakonomics chapter about, it's called a Lashonda by any other name or something, and it's all about, like, statistically how people with black names don't get callbacks on their job applications.
Yeah, that shit's totally fucked up.
Yeah. Which makes it, well, it makes it really hard to name your kid something unique.
Right? Like, oh, I have to name my kid John, otherwise he'll never get a good job.
Because,
and it's a girl.
Yeah, it's really, like, it's so bad out here that society is telling us how, like, especially if we were black, because you couldn't give your kids the name that your parents would have given you or whatever because it's too black.
Right. Like, so if you're like, oh, I want to, do something, like, in reference to my culture, I want to give my kid a Swahili name, like, my friend Shamari is a Swahili name. But, oh, no, you can't do that. You have to use... No, Shamari.
Okay.
And so, like, oh, no, you can't really do that, otherwise your kid's gonna have, like, a rougher time in life because you didn't name them John or some other biblical name that's been poorly translated into Latin and then English.
Everyone I know is naming their baby shit like Enoch.
Enoch?
Yeah.
That's a biblical name.
Two couples who both have babies named Enoch. It's a biblical name?
It's a biblical name, yeah.
That's weird.
Well, biblical names are kind of fucking weird.
Well, they are all, like, super artsy people. And they're into, like, occultism or noise music and stuff.
Oh, they're probably referencing the, well, I mean, it's still a biblical name, but they probably don't realize it, I guess, but... Referencing the Enochian keys, I think they're called, which is like an Aleister Crowley thing.
It cut out.
The
The exact words I wanted to hear were cut out, and only that.
Yes, Shamari goes by Shamari, and I'd be surprised if you hadn't met Shamari. He's probably thrown you out of a club or two. So, Enochian Keys. Yeah, so it's like a... Not Aleister Crowley, it's John... something. That narrows it down. John... Fuck! Who did the Enochian Keys? I'm totally blanking. Here, I'm gonna cheat. Look it up together.
I don't have this data for you. It's not cheating if you Google stuff. If we actually do this online, we're gonna have
John D.
John D.
Yeah. So, a cult, sort of whatever, talk to God and angels. And so, him and this medium, who is surely a fraud, they basically just, made up a bunch of words and then said that it meant, it was the angelic speech, and it was a thing. It happened. Not recently. It's, old. Pull up my Enochian magic. John D. He died in 1609, so that tells you how old that shit is. But, because it's old, it's obviously super magic, even though it didn't save his life and he didn't really accomplish anything in life. That doesn't really matter whenever you're talking about magical thinking.
Oh, well, anyway. They're giving their babies all these crazy kooky names for witch house people. And, you don't even know if your baby's gonna be elite witch house crew yet. You want to be an accountant. People are like, oh, this is our new accountant.
Well, that's the thing, though. If they have a name like Enoch, even though it's a biblical name, they're never going to find a job. So they're going to be witch house people.
It's biblical, but...
Yeah, but it sounds all esoteric, because John D., I guess.
My name is stupid.
Well, most default names are kind of dumb.
I'm going to look up mine, and then I'm going to tell you... And then I'm going to look up yours, and you probably won't want to know.
Well, Turner means lathe worker.
I didn't mean that name.
Well, too bad. I already know what the other one means. I've looked up all the names, man.
Oh, okay. Whenever I think Turner, I just think Comic Zone. And
Comic Zone?
when I think of Comic Zone, the game for the Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
And then when I think about you as a person, there's no cognitive dissonance. It still fits.
Well, I should hope so.
Why?
I don't know how those two things would overlap, so obviously it should work fine.
But they overlap very well.
Alright. Awesome. So I just spent all that fucking time doing up the little corners so they're more visible now. Yay. Okay. This is taking way longer than I fucking expected it to.
My name has everything to do with Jesus Christ and nothing to do with anything I give a shit about.
Oh, he's gone by other names too. But that's not his own choice. That was because other people wanted to call him different names.
Who?
Talking to TK Plays.
Oh, okay.
I gotta remember, though, this stuff is being recorded, so, probably shouldn't call out too many people's names, but whatever.
People are probably watching you.
It's possible. Not like they know
anything about the...
they probably...
I'll never mention the Portland scene in any of my stuff.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny, because I'm restreaming, and I actually cannot see what the fuck is even happening here. This is totally fuckity. Whatever. I don't care. It's fine.
Well, the lag does fluctuate.
Yeah, I'm just having general weirdness with Twitch today. I mean, if it's working for someone else, that's awesome. But for me, it's all kinds of fucked up. Alright, I'm gonna close all of these for now.
This is testing and chill, man. It's cool.
I close this. So I'm gonna bring up. God, I have too many fucking tabs. Okay. Layers. Onions have layers.
BRB.
Okay. I'm gonna use this guy. Yeah, I think I'll use this guy. Why not? Let's take this into here. Oh, it's too big. God damn it. It's gotta be. Of course it's gonna be too big. Scale layer to pixels. What do we want the height to be? 20, I guess? That's gonna look like shit, isn't it? Oh, actually, it works pretty good. Awesome. Yay for pixels. Oh. Alright. That is so rad. Okay. What else we got? Thumb. I don't know why this is fucking called thumb, but whatever. 6 by 25. Let's make this super big. And this looks like should be this doohickey right here. Awesome. Do I want to make it bigger? I think I want to make it a little bit larger.
Come on, pup. Oh boy.
Let's see. How wide is this? It is 8 pixels wide, so let's make this image 8 pixels wide. And we're going to do a height of 24 because fuck you, that's why. What? Why are you not letting me just drag that shit in there? Maybe it is in there and I'm just not seeing it. Yeah, okay, that's what's happening. There it is. There. Auto crop. And we're going to change this. Image, transform, flip. Nope. I want layer transform. Flip. No? What the fuck did I just do? Oh, I want to flip vertically, because I'm a fucking idiot. Alright. And we need that transparency color bullshit. Which is fuchsia. Fuchsia? Maybe I'll just do that. That's what it looks like. Yeah, this is taking way fucking longer than I expected it to.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so it doesn't allow transparency on the fucking slider thing. That is fine, actually. I actually don't care. That's fine. Because I can just pull in this color, and I can fill this layer with that color. Oops. This layer with that color.
So it looks like I can do HTML formatting within Notepad? Or within kewlpAd?
HTML formatting?
Yeah, I don't...
What?
Oh no, they're saying it's for writing HTML.
They say lots of things. No one would do that.
So it's not good for writing HTML?
No, don't do that, please.
Okay. Well, I would assume if I'm going to write some HTML, I should use something that's new.
Yeah, if you want to do that, you'll use something like Atom or whatever, like I got down here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm using for modifying the INIs anyway.
I'm not gonna assume that it's even possible to write HTML5 kewlpAd.
Oh, you can write HTML in any editor, anything. It's just text.
Okay. It's really just the stuff they give you around it that matters.
Um, yeah, I mean it's pretty much just there to like help you. Like the editor is just there to help. All right, I'm just gonna leave that like that for now. I think. Yeah. So I put the little gamepad logo here at the bottom in the middle.
Oh, cool. Can you put text in the top title bar?
Yeah, I can put some there. I can render it out.
Sweet. I mean, I'll probably edit it later to change the font.
You'll have to like I can send you the files for it.
Yeah, you'll have to,
Yeah,
because I'm gonna change that shit constantly.
that reminds me. So I'm using Unifont.
It looks fucking gorgeous, though. By the way,
Thanks. It
I
would
like
suck
the
to have done all this
joystick there.
effort.
It's cute.
It'd be suck to have done all this effort and then you'd be like, wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
Is this shit centered? I can't even tell. It should be centered. Whatever. Okay, so a couple little things that could be fixed would be this little divot here, the little trench around this, but it's like 1 pixel down here and 1 pixel over here. The other thing that is left is doing the menu. So, oh yeah, and the buttons up here. So, what do you want done for the buttons?
The buttons.
Yeah.
Um, which buttons? The ones kind of on the side here, or the ones in the title bar?
The minimize and close buttons.
Well, I kind of want. I guess I don't want them bigger for the stream, but I do want to maybe go look at it to see if I can make it bigger later. But I don't know. I guess could you just make the dark gray parts uh white,
Um,
or well,
yeah.
just just change it in some way based on the overall scheme.
Okay. Um, so I'll just do some of this.
So this is taking like an hour of your time. So what game do you want on Steam so I can pay you?
Um,
And it'll take a while because Steam has holds on my credit card right now, but I will put it in the queue and get it for you.
all right. Um, actually, put that color in there.
Oh, and by the way, as far as like we were looking for co-op games and stuff,
Yeah.
and we don't have a lot of these in common, but we do both each respectively have a ton of that shit. And we just need to look through and see what games like maybe one of us should buy that the other one has.
Okay.
Uh, like with yours, you know, a lot of yours are going to be the kinds of games that are hard for me to get into, and then mine are probably going to be the same. That tool thing you sent me though is really awesome for that, especially because I like to like creep on people's game lists and see what they're doing.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that I noticed one of my Facebook friends is like a huge fucking Doom player.
Really.
Like in the like he's still playing master levels on Steam instead of New Doom. Or in addition to, but possibly instead of.
Well, I mean, it's like, yeah, that's a thing. Like the original Doom, like people just basically never
It's
stopped
still
playing
so
it.
fun to play, so it makes sense, but it's kind of it does surprise the core still.
Yeah, people are fucking hardcore about their Doom. That's one of the reasons it's so hard to make a Doom game, though, is because people are so fucking hardcore about it.
Well, I'm sure they did plenty of things wrong with the new one. I just haven't looked at it yet.
Oh,
It
probably.
definitely has. It lacks frame rate optimization for modem systems, but I don't really have the kind of system that makes that a problem.
Right.
But like, if I was gonna make the new Doom, I would probably have retained more from the original interface, and I probably would have retained more of an old school graphic style. Like, well, this is gonna sound stupid, but with ray scaling, uh, I play like a lot of shooting games, right? And when Sega Saturn came out, uh, Taito made these really amazing shooting games using a ton of 2D ray scaling and sprite scaling and rotation games. And one of these games was called Ray Storm because there's a fuckload of raycasting in it, and
Okay.
it's just like one of those like evolutions of 2D that shows you what you can still do with it.
Hmm.
And but yeah, think of what like insane crazy shit you could do with these techniques on modern systems.
Yeah, and you can, and yet we have stuff like Minecraft where it kind of is doing that visually, but then it totally like just completely eats your computer from the inside out. Requires like 4 gigs of RAM because it's all bullshit. It's all made in Java and poorly
Is
optimized.
that what Minecraft does though?
What do you mean?
To get textures onto the voxels, are they rescaling?
No, no. It's just
Okay.
they're not using
Oh,
voxels at all.
the engine. Okay.
Yeah, they're not doing any of that
Okay. So
shit.
what do you mean?
Do what?
Oh, but what did you mean about Minecraft then?
Well, I mean that they use the aesthetic, but they are actually just using whatever off the shelf bullshit they can like get, and that's it. That's pretty much just how it works.
Yeah. Well, fuck Java for a video game. Oh, but they don't use Java anymore, do they?
Pretty sure they do.
Really?
As I mean, I'm not aware of them rewriting it in another language yet. I mean, if that happened, it still sucks.
Because I know like the console ports uh probably can't use Java for some of them. I don't know.
Well, a lot of the console ports don't have all the features either, though.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna do that, and uh, fuck.
I'm seeing a YouTube video of someone running a Minecraft build in Unreal 3.
Um.
And I'm seeing another one of somebody doing it in Unreal 4.
Well, people are
But these are
faking
these are proof of
Minecraft.
concept videos.
Yeah.
Windows 10 edition of Minecraft is the wrong future.
Is the is the what?
Well, is the wrong future for the game.
Um.
HardcoreGamer.com says that.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, it's running in Windows 10, so yeah.
well, the thing is, it only will work in Windows 10 is the deal because what Microsoft is
Okay, so is
trying
it
to
running
do.
in DX12?
I don't know what it's using, but I know that Microsoft is currently in the process of trying to force every game system to use Windows 10 and nothing else, which is pretty much what they tried to do in the 90s, and it didn't really work out then either.
Well, yeah. I mean, is anybody gonna really write games that only work in DX12 within the next 5 years? Because
I'm sure someone will. I mean, Xbox exclusive games.
they'll
Um,
probably have to pay a lot of people to do it.
yeah, and they will. I mean, they did it with like games for Windows Live bullshit, and that worked out
Yeah,
well.
but nobody uses it.
Not anymore, but for a minute there was a bunch of games that used it, even decent games. And they ruined them, of course, by using Microsoft's bullshit. But that was sort of par for course.
Yeah. None of the games from the Windows Store, like if you buy the new Tomb Raider, you can't change your graphics setting if you bought it from Windows. If you buy it from Steam, you're fine, but if you buy Windows Store version, it's Universal Windows app, which means it's optimized to run on your computer and your cell phone, and the graphics will be somewhere in between those, and you can't change them.
Awesome.
So
Just what I always
definitely
wanted.
great for hardcore PC gamers trying to check out
Yep.
like the latest groundbreaking Tomb Raider build
Totally legit.
and all the advancements they've made.
Yep, that totally happened.
Yeah, so like I can't see any of this stuff catching on within the next 5 years without them just kind of murdering shit to get it that way.
Casual gaming is actually a big business. But the problem is that Microsoft doesn't realize that, and they're still. I mean, because that would totally be the thing. Like if they catered to the casual gaming market, I think they could nail it. Instead, they're trying to cater towards like the AAA games, but they're actually requiring AAA games to step down and not be as good. And it's like,
yeah, we have
why?
Xbox One for that,
right? But that I mean, that's literally what they're doing, though, right?
Exactly. But like, okay, this is what I was saying about Windows 10 being changed to Windows Lite and running alongside their killer app, which is still a good copy of Windows. Like, it would totally work for casuals.
Right.
And then it wouldn't bother me at all. Like, I don't get mad at Justin Bieber because his music sucks. I just don't play it.
Right.
And they could do whatever they want as long as they don't fucking ruin my system.
But they want to own your computer, like they don't want to just like sell you the software to run on it. They want to like have total control over it.
Turney.
They're gonna try. They're trying it.
I'm at war, man.
I don't blame you.
And Amber gave up the fight. I told her, you can restore it within 30 days, and she was like, I hate it, but
ain't nobody got time for that.
Well, she's the kind of girl that stays in a bad situation.
Well, you know, Microsoft is a pretty good metaphor for abusive relationships.
Yeah, it really is. And I guess that's kind of the difference between her and me. Is that I'm still on Windows 7. And she has an abusive boyfriend.
Yeah. And you don't have an abusive boyfriend, so you're totally better.
I'm still using his shit, though. I have, like, a guy who's trying to fuck me over at every turn, and I'm like, I can use you for some things, but you better keep a fucking distance, because I will shoot you.
Right, of course. That looks way weirder than I fucking expected it to. Huh.
I love that girl, though. She would be the worst girlfriend ever, and I totally want to be with her.
Well, that's sort of how that works. God.
I'll get over it.
Damn it.
I hope it's soon, though.
Fuck.
The painkillers are making me emotionally numb, so that kind of helps.
That helps. Yeah,
Yeah.
Every little bit counts. How do I... Oh, fucking A. Why? Hard edge, that's what I want. Yes, none of that flaky bullshit. I just want to erase shit. That's all I want. Let me erase shit. Yay! Okay, now I can... Alright, I gotta figure out what the fuck is up with this, though. Like, do I want it to look like that? That looks weird. Is it good, though? Is it good? Is it bad? See the other thing?
You're asking me?
I don't know. I'm asking, like, myself, questioning my own everything.
Right now, I just see the text box and kind of some stuff you're editing, so I don't see the full interface.
Well, right now I'm just doing the menu, and the menu is, like, I had this idea for it, like, I wanted to have this, like, floating, like, white border, But now I'm looking at it, and I might want to have to do, like, 2 borders so that it doesn't look so weird.
You're skinning the right-click menu in the GUI.
Yeah.
I would say that as far as like the downscaling and me watching this in the stream, it looks to where you could have stopped like 20 minutes ago, and it would be great.
No.
And now you're skinning the right-click interface, which is a thing I know you're gonna have to do sometimes. And it's probably a thing that I might have to do if I felt I had to do it, but it's kind of ridiculous, and you can totally stop.
No.
Alright, then don't.
You can't make me.
I probably could find a way to.
I'm so fucking perplexed. What is even happening right now? Alright, so I have these layers, and I just want to move this layer over. Okay, now it works. It wasn't working a minute ago. I'm losing my mind. Okay. Export. Reload it. Menu. Alright. Now I gotta just move this other one over, I guess. Here, I'll do this. That's what I'm gonna do. Whoa! I don't want the full screen. So... yeah, it does look a little weird with the transparency. That's why I'm gonna move the white line over as soon as I remember how to, like doing this, like talking and doing this at the same time has made this take like 10 times as long, but I think that's kind of okay because it's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's making me incredibly fatigued. And
Okay.
I definitely have the same problems. I just spent an hour just doing a text intro while listening to you talk.
You did a what?
A text overlay for Saints Row.
Oh, a text overlay.
So making 2 text boxes and changing the fonts, and that's it. But I was listening really hard.
Uh-huh. What the Jesus fucking Christ.
So we have to have like kind of an odd couple angle for a podcast.
Oh? Are you saying we already do, or do you think we should, like, try to manufacture one?
Well, I think it's a reasonable angle to consider, and I think there's some elements that we already have of one.
Yeah.
Like, because you have to be the smart guy with the computers, and even though I look like a computer whiz to most people, I'm still like the student with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's good because you'll ask questions and I get to talk. I get to explain things.
And I could also be kind of annoying and not, and always have to say the dumb thing and have to make the joke about like the important information.
That's important to have.
But you're also a funny guy too.
I'm hilarious.
So like, yeah, I mean, it wouldn't make sense to have you tone it down or whatever.
No. Can't have that.
But you do have like more of a coder's sense of humor because you sound dry when you say things.
Yeah, I like to go for the dry sarcasm. So DK Plays wants to know if we're going to be playing anything.
14-year-old white.
Yeah, we're gonna play like Saints Row at some point.
I've never seen this guy be modest. He's not. It's
not my shtick, man.
He's not a bragger, but I've never seen him not look confident that he knows, and other people's opinions probably don't matter. But yeah, you're not like boisterous.
Boisterous.
Yeah, that's more my style.
Mm.
Speaking of which, I put sick racing mirrors on the sides of my monitor for playing
It's
Sonic and All Stars Racing Transform,
yeah, it's important. You gotta have
and
those.
I would like everybody to be really proud of me for doing it.
Totes. Sounds weird to say totes out loud, though.
Yeah, it's kind of out of character for you.
But I like putting it online.
What do the text colors mean in chat?
Oh no, I got the whole sarcasm thing. I got it. What do the text colors mean in chat? There are text colors?
Yeah, like the names of this guy.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's green, sometimes it's red.
Maybe it is just there to fuck with you. I don't know.
I don't know. I was trying to figure out if it's telling me when somebody leaves the stream or not.
No. Maybe it's whether or not they're like currently interacting, and like it times out after a while.
Weird.
I'm just this guy, you know. Um. Oh, there it is. Hiding from me.
Do we have any like 3+ player multiplayer games? Okay, he said his name color. Well, I wish
Oh,
in chat there was some indication of when people are no longer, because otherwise, as far as I know, it's impossible to tell.
yeah. Yeah, no, like,
Maybe I
that
can
doesn't give you any of that fucking information. Like, yeah, you don't need that for anything.
maybe I can set
That would
overrides
be
or something.
useful. Even in IRC, it doesn't show it. It just shows, it only shows my name, even though there are other people chatting. Like, so it's not even a real IRC server they're using.
I almost downloaded IRC again this week.
What stopped you?
Signal.
It stopped you. It's like, no,
Well,
you can't install that shit. It's insecure.
Well, I just want to look at one at a time so I can like really tell what I'm looking at. The thing.
Oh, we have silent meow in Zyber's chat now.
What's up, meow?
Clockwise? Is that good?
She'll probably say something homophobic too.
Awesome. I get to ban everyone. Ban all the things.
No, she's the least likely to cause trouble.
Alright.
I have friends that don't even know about my stream because I know they'll like
Yeah.
scare all the actual Twitch users away. A lot of people, like, this is what people do on my Facebook. They use it as a platform to launch their own zany brand of edginess.
I'm so edgy!
And I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, first of all, this is my shit. And second of all, you're both taking it too far and doing it for the sake of itself. I'm just making observations and shit about what I fucking see, and I'm kind of a wigger, lowbrow white trash thug about it, because that's who I am. And you're just like, man, you should make some more posts about having sex. And I'm like, dude, that's not like my angle. I comment on sexuality. It's a thing I think about a lot.
You know,
But yeah,
you got observational humor going on.
Yeah, thank you. They don't seem to see it as that. They just think I'm Carlos Mencia. Yeah. So Meow also wants to be a moderator, so I guess she's gonna be super nice.
Oh, that's good.
I would say she's in the running because it's a thing I don't have to do for my stream.
What, ban people?
And because, yeah, and because she has a better idea about, like, Twitch viewers in general and what kinds of things they don't want to see in the chat. Where someone might say something that I might think is hilarious and she might instantly ban them. And that's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, these people, they just see me as a clown, and they kind of just like try to use me to do their own clown shit, and it really fucking bothers me, and I don't want it on my stream.
Get your own clown platform, asshole.
People don't even... Huh?
Get your own clown platform, asshole.
Yeah. I mean, it's the whole dance monkey dance thing again, too.
Yeah, yeah. Should only be dance magic dance. That's totally different, though.
Now, I know it's a status thing, and you deserve it, meow. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna upgrade your status.
I'm so close. I'm almost done. I'm so excited.
But you won't be Twitch elite unless my stream actually has followers and you actually have people to ban. So we gotta work on getting some more people for you to ban.
Notice me, senpai. Can I be mod? All of Twitch. So true.
Okay, if anybody calls me senpai, yes, they can be mod. I've never been anybody's fucking senpai. And I notice shit all the time.
You notice shit?
Yeah, dude, I have like the nice guy angle. Like,
yeah, that works out.
Senpai that actually notices you're looking at him.
Well, maybe that's the problem. I mean, like, because if you actually notice them, that's really like, oh, never mind. You noticed me. That's not cool anymore.
Yeah. Time to find a new senpai.
Yep.
But that's just,
Well, and that's best case scenario.
Yeah. Well, what's the worst case scenario?
You know, that they just, like, use that to, as, like, power trip, and they shit on everyone that made you of any value, and then...
Oh,
like,
and they manipulate you and take all your stuff.
Well,
they take all your spoons.
They don't even take it. They just kind of burn everything down.
They don't use it. They just waste it.
Right, yeah. So it's like, oh, you didn't even appreciate what you had. Well, fuck you, too.
And by the way, we're not talking about women. We're talking about people.
We're talking about...
incredibly sexist if it was gender specific.
No, we're talking about assholes on the internet. Which are, you know, and there's no women on the internet. Yeah. That was such an old joke. Alright. And so not true.
DK's not in the running for moderator from Gamegenten stream because he has a bad habit of walking into the room and using a homophobic slur.
Yeah, that's not how you impress mods, man.
I know I talk like that sometimes, but it's not something I want to do on stream.
Yeah.
And moving forward, like, I'm not going to talk that way in front of my children when I have children because I want them to grow up in a world where that's not the worst thing you could call somebody.
Well, ideally, we come up with something really terrible.
Way to mock somebody or whatever.
Yeah, we gotta come up with something better.
Ideally, it would be something that's actually bad.
True.
But, I mean, so, you know, I've retained a lot of my bad 90s, but moving forward, I'm not going to bring them into the next generation of children and shit.
Yeah, like, I remember thinking, like, how forward, like, oh, wow, the 90s are so great, and, like, all this other shit, and it's like, looking back, you're like, yeesh, we did that?
He kind of gets that it's a bad habit that we all kind of have because of our age and our gender and the kinds of boys we grew up with.
We so old. Why be so old?
But it's boys to men, yo. We gotta do whatever.
You were going so strong there, and then suddenly...
This is why, like, we have a lot of trouble with podcasts, because I sound really smart until I trail off.
Well, yeah.
I still, I don't know, I'm kind of glad you said it, though, because I think it'd be really fun.
Which part? The podcast?
Just that you brought up that idea.
Oh, yeah. I think it would be fun. I mean, we pretty much, like, have this,
I never imagined that it would be entertaining for other
I think it would be.
No, see, okay, I say all the types of wrong things that DK Plays says. I just don't say them online anymore.
Context, man.
Oh,
Context matters.
I'm kind of freezing in my because the lady of the house heard me talking about it.
The lady of the house?
Yeah. That's meow.
Ah.
Um, there might be an idea about a podcast, but we have to think about format. How old are you, DK Plays?
It's like 60, 70.
He is?
Probably.
Wow. I thought he was our age
Nah.
because of his 90s sensibilities.
Nah. He's young at heart.
He's what?
He's young at heart.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I gotta fill in the background.
I'm gonna start blushing.
Sure, we'll go with 60, 70. I know. I like to shoot under a little bit just to throw people off.
You probably grossly overestimated and made him feel very old.
No, I know how old he is.
52. Okay.
But you know, it's like ASL on the internet. You don't talk about your age. Bump it up to 83, so like on average you're dead already.
I'm an Orwellian kid. I was born in.
He was born in. He was born in what?
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
No.
They cut off.
I said I'm an Oh, I'm sorry. I said I'm an Orwellian kid. I was born in '84.
Ah. I figured that's like where you were going with that. I just had to had to get you to actually say it on the stream.
And it controls every thought I have. Trust me.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the post transition between like predictive science fiction and reality turning into full on cyberpunk. Like I just want to be the person that was between those two phases and kind of have everybody think about me when they think about that time period.
Like, oh, this is totally the like archetypical asshole from that period.
Yeah.
It's important. You got to have an
That's what,
archetypical asshole to look back, like the grumpy old grandfather.
well, no, I want to be an archetype because girls like archetypes. That's what they like.
Are you talking about the
If you're just
archetypal
like,
girl?
yeah, well, think about it. If a goth girl likes goth guys, she likes the quintessential goth guy.
Is that true?
I don't want to make a blanket statement.
I'm just trying to back you into like a social justice corner.
Well, okay, the thing about blanket statements is they can be up to 80% true for any given thing, and they're also very warm and comfortable.
Well, warm and comfortable for who? For like 90s kids?
Exactly.
Or for whatever those people who were born before that? There were people born before that, I hear. Like,
for people who want to run bad PR for themselves.
oh, so like DK Plays over here.
And, well, myself, if you've seen any of my Facebook posts in the last 5 years, or, well,
Yeah, but
actually,
you announced it. Like, at the beginning of it, you said, this is my plan, this is what I'm going to do, this is how this is going to work.
At the beginning of my internet experience.
And that was you said, this is you're a performance artist, damn it. And so, like, it's pretty obvious what you're
When
fucking
did
doing.
I say that?
You said that, like, fucking, like, 2-3 years ago. You don't even remember doing that?
I think I was...
But you did it, you
Um,
said at the beginning of the new year, this is my shtick, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it for a full year.
and then what did I say I was gonna do?
Just like what you did, like your ridiculous, over the top everything that you just did after that for like a full year. And then you're like,
That's
okay,
probably what I was doing already.
and
I think I was really mad
you
at.
you really turned it up to 11 though, because at the end of the year, you said, okay, well, I did my experiment, and you know that's how it was, and that's interesting. I'm gonna try something else new. And you didn't go into details with what you were gonna do next, but you kind of, for a while you were in a lull, and you didn't do
I'm
all the
glad you
overtop stuff.
remembered this.
Oh, I was.
I'm glad you remembered
It's
this
not just me. Margaret was there too,
because
because you had just friended her on Facebook, and she remembers it. So it happened. I'm not just doing this to like
I
save face for you or anything.
no. What makes me glad to hear this again, is that yes, that it's over. I don't do that anymore.
Right.
And like, I mean, I kind of miss it, because I could say whatever I wanted, and people wouldn't even know if I meant it or not. So it's great freedom, but it's also
Yeah, boomers. That's what I was thinking of
closed a lot of
5 minutes
doors.
ago.
Yeah, I don't know. And plus, like, I don't want to be everybody's fuck. It's always good to be the funny guy, but nobody's gonna take you seriously.
Yeah. I mean, that's
Alright.
kind of advantageous in one sense, but it's also super not in like the other way.
Yeah, it depends on what I want to do with myself, and really, like, I don't most of them, but I don't. So I don't even know why I care. But I guess
Because you
at a
do
certain
care.
point, I guess at a certain point, I have to take myself seriously while I look at my body of work,
Well,
and that's going to become hard if I keep doing the same shit for 10 years. But you know what? I said some amazing fucking shit, and I did it for about 10 years straight, and I told the entire world literally everything about myself to the point where almost nobody can handle me, and that's important work. I'm gonna get an archive of that, and I'm gonna put it online somewhere, and people can just look at it if they ever want to see the real face of a man.
well, they don't, generally speaking. So,
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely right.
damn it, it's not a real fucking BMP file. You got hosed, Tommy. Shit. So what do I have to do? I'm so not gonna go and find a fucking cursor editor from 1996. That is one step too far. For today, I'll do that tomorrow. But for today, that's one step too far.
I'm so proud of you, Turner. You can finally stop. You can finally let yourself stop.
Well, now I just had to change a couple of things here, but yeah, that's pretty much like as far as the editing
I
is
don't
done.
trust you to actually close the folder. Okay, I'm just waiting for that. Okay, here we go.
I gotta pick up my fonts though. Um,
Silent Meow, I was always very live journal, and I was never even. I wish you could have read my MySpace blogs. Those were so good. That was before, like, I spent 3 or 4 years on Facebook, and my content just went to shit. And like you said, I was still pointed, but everything was in short form, and I turned it up to 11. Um,
is this even gonna work?
I wish this girl could have seen me when I was in my prime on MySpace. I had views, I
Oh,
had fans, I had Slipknot fans that were into Cutting Agent.
yeah. I mean, that happens sometimes.
I didn't manage to move any of them across platforms, and that's really sad. And the same thing went to blogs too.
You know, I
I
actually.
only ever got a few of them on Facebook's. Um.
Let's see.
Well, yeah, I kind of did follow you because I stuff, and because you said you'd follow me, I followed you. And I need the numbers. God damn it. But yeah, if you really don't want to follow me back, I guess I could watch a couple of your archive videos and then throw you away for forever. But
Ideally, yeah.
you never think about that later on in life? Oh, this guy is later on in life. Would you really never think about that next week?
Now we're not here to troll the
Thank
viewers,
you
even
for
if they deserve
following
it.
me, DK Plays. I appreciate every follower.
So I changed the font to the font that I used for your logo thing. And now it's in the editor, and it looks fucking, like, grody as hell, like, in a good way.
Well, I thought you were done, dude.
Well, I was editing the INI file. I'm done with all the
Oh, you were just
images.
done with that?
Yeah, so, like, there's only, like, a few lines in the INI file, so, only thing I could really do here is move around, like, the buttons, but I don't even think I'm gonna do that.
Well, we do have an entire 2 viewers, so we should probably get in game soon. We're gonna play Saints Row Get Out of Hell in co-op, and we're more or less kind of testing it.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do things.
I feel like we all feel dismissed all the time in some way or another.
Oh, it's so grode.
You know what I like? I like how your background and your chat overlay, sometimes it looks like the guy's name pops up somewhat inside this crescent shape, this circle. It's kind of offset to the side here.
What?
On your wallpaper, there's like a thing in the middle, and then there's a little crescent shape to the side. And sometimes the chat bar, the person's name is like lodged inside of the crescent, and it looks kind of cool.
Oh, okay.
If I could get the browser window configured so that it like doesn't scroll, it just replaces stuff, and it always keeps the person's name in the same spot, I could place it somewhere where it like had that interaction with the background elements. But I don't think it'll even do that. Where are you again?
South of St. Louis, at the moment.
Okay.
So the only
Not
complaint
at the Mo. You're in the Mo at the Mo.
Yeah, like you were talking, so I just figured I'd type in the answer, and then I stopped caring halfway through typing.
Huh.
You know how it works. All right, so
I usually type the answer to somebody's chat question in like no Steam I am to you on accident.
so I pretty much got everything done except that you can't see this on the fucking stream, so I'll have to just send you the fucking skin. But the the menu is like the font is barely readable. I mean, it's kind of awesome because it looks like it's actually sort of a weird display issue, but it's just because the font is weird.
Everything is too small at this resolution to even see for the most part. I can read some of it, like preference about exit. If it's standard stuff, it's kind of easy to tell.
Well, you mostly
If I had
don't
to
really
read,
need like the menu to show up in the stream. I'm really mostly concerned about this shit showing up in the stream.
I think you really went far out of your way to reskin the menu.
I was kind of thinking about like just copy and pasting the other files, but then like while I was working on something else, I just had this inspiration.
I think you should take the stripes off the sidebar and make them a solid.
I was gonna do something with them.
It looks good in the title bar to have the stripes, but I don't know about the sides because they kind of, I don't know, they don't mesh well with the top and bottom.
The issue with it partly is that there's actually a fade in the sidebar because I just copied it from the top, but it looks weird in the sidebar, so it's like choppy, and that's part of it.
So you can't use separate files for each one?
Yeah, no, I can. I just copy and pasted and didn't realize what I was doing.
Okay.
So...
Wow, that was some sibilance. That damn near whistled in my ears.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Hopefully, like, tomorrow...
Testing, so I thought I'd let you know.
I'm probably not going to be on tomorrow because, My partner will be down here tomorrow.
I have work tomorrow, but I'll be on late at night.
But I will get tomorrow my real microphone and pop filter and all that stuff. So hopefully things will sound better, you know, after like a week of shakedown trying to get shit to work again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to hear, though. I can get, like, some good reference points for shopping.
Okay, these don't actually do anything. Those are all old.
Everything about, like, all this background stuff just makes me so fatigued. It's hard to even think about playing the actual game.
I totally fucking sympathize. Thinking about it, it's like, oh god, I have to play a game now? Fuck. On top of everything else?
Well,
Alright, so I'm gonna grab the light blue, maybe? I don't know, let's grab the dark blue, let's see what it looks like. And... Oh yeah, that's right, because it totally fades, so just... Yeah. I'm gonna do... What? Oh, I upload I loaded the stupid fucking BMP and not the other one. Shit.
How did you patch me into your stream?
I didn't really. I mean, I just used Discord outputs to the desktop, so I just loaded it through there.
So you changed your settings to allow it.
I just unmuted you basically. And then
Okay.
I had to turn off attenuation because for some reason it was turning your volume all the way down.
Cut out. Say it again. Say the whole thing again.
Fuck you, Discord. Fuck you. What the fuck was I saying? Right. Okay, so Discord.
How did you mute me?
So you were muted in like OBS. Like I just muted everything. Last time I was streaming, I just muted everything when I exited. So I unmuted stuff like there. But I had to disable the attenuation, apparently, to get the audio to work properly for you. So that's gonna require some fucking around.
Okay, that's Discord's attenuation?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's in...
That's in settings, voice, yeah. Yep.
Non-basic bitch menu. Let's see. Is it the noise suppression? Oh wait, there's the attenuation.
It says attenuation.
I already have it at 0.
Okay.
So that's good, right?
Yeah, so it shouldn't affect you at all then.
And then this is default settings, by the way. When I speak is unchecked, and then what others speak is checked.
So that's what it'll attenuate.
Okay, but it won't matter as long as it's on 0.
It shouldn't.
Cool.
Theoretically.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna check them both then, so I have consistency.
You have consistent breakage?
Consistent theoretical complete breakage of the program ever working again.
Right.
Okay, so, let me test you in OBS to make sure I'm picking up your voice. Wait, well, I have to be. There's no other way.
Well, yes, but there was still the issue, remember, where your voice wasn't coming through, even though it was working in Discord and I could hear you. It wasn't actually streaming out somehow. And I have no idea how that's even physically possible, but it totally happened.
I didn't catch any of that.
God damn it, Discord. I can't say it again.
Okay, well, I can see you in my desktop audio.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm gonna boot my stream up really quick. I'm gonna jump for like 5 minutes and make sure I can hear you in my stream.
Okay.
So when we boot up, we can. Well, okay, I still have to figure out how to do dual streaming, or do we both just stream our game?
We just do what we normally do. You don't have to set up anything in particular.
Okay. and then I'll post it. So should we post like a post that says both of our URLs?
Post where?
Just a Twitch post.
Yeah, I could. Yeah.
Okay. I noticed I seem to get more viewers if I actually make a Twitch post. Yeah. Verbal fucking wreckage.
Verbal wreckage, dude. You gotta do band name.
I'm not into band names.
Dude, verbal wreckage is awesome though.
Yeah, I know, but it would be better for someone who is lyrically edgy.
That's not the point. That's not the point of the whole fucking band name thing.
Okay, the whole thing about having a band name or a band based on having a cool name is like kind of the way people draw their logo before they have an LP's worth of songs written.
Yep.
Yep.
Marketing.
Yep. Or just like, no, just like also just doing something for the concept of doing the thing to like I have a hard time explaining this, but it's well, it's very Portland. It's doing something for the sake of a gimmick. Like if you thought of something that was amusing to you for 5 seconds and one of your idiot friends laughed too, why not start an entire business based on it?
I don't see the problem.
Why don't you move back here, Trevor? It's so good.
I don't understand how people in Portland succeed at things, given all of this stuff, like the fact that's even a thing. So
The gimmick stuff?
yeah,
I don't know how it sells.
but like people seem to like it. Sort of seems to work, at least a little bit.
Yeah, it totally works. I don't think you can do business in Portland without a gimmick for the part. I'm watching people fail at it.
Yeah, that's weird.
I had this guy, he told me his gimmick, he was going to start a tamale cart, and his gimmick was that he has an app.
He's got an app for his tamale cart.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's fucked. He has no idea what he's doing.
Because he doesn't actually know how to make an app?
Well, no, he doesn't know that that's not a gimmick because plenty of people already do it, and that it's not going to sell a tamale to a person who walks by the sign that says you have an app.
Well, it's Portland, so it might work.
Well, no, it won't work because it's not a gimmick.
It's not gimmicky enough,
It's
is what you're
just a thing
saying.
that some people do.
You're saying it's not gimmicky
And,
enough.
well, I said, well, that's already a thing. People do that already. He's like, they have an iPhone app, and I'm like, well, no, most people have a Twitch or a Twitter profile, but yeah, it would not be hard to have an app instead. You would just basically give some guy $500 to waste several hours of his life, and that's not going to set you apart from anyone. Besides, who wants to load an app just to buy tamales?
Dude, so many fucking people do it though. Like, hey, download our app, and it's like, I don't want to download your app.
I think that he doesn't understand what draws people to a gimmick, but
Yeah, I agree. I agree that he's not gimmicky enough, and he needs more Portlanditis.
he's not gimmicky enough for this town.
Yeah,
man.
that's just not going to work.
He's the kind of person I would ask, how can I round out the features of my pre-gimmicked tamale cart?
It's not a good start.
Yeah. I tried to help him, but he just felt like his idea was so good that he didn't need to listen to me, who we both know is a fucking amazing consultant. And I've been talking to my work about shit like this for years, because they have consultants. And yeah, at this point, I mean, literally years. And I keep on re-offering your reference to them. I'm like, I have friends in the IT industry who think I'd be great for this kind of work. And one of them actually helped me get this job, so you obviously think he's smart.
Someone said something good about you, therefore they know all. It's true.
Well, they did take your reference.
Yep, I was convincing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, they seemed actually like they were really impressed with your reference. I have no idea what you told them. Well, James told me that when I take a project on, that I really give everything I have to it. And that was the main thing he took away from his entire conversation with you, which is thank you for doing that thing 3 years ago.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Because I know when I go into
Pretty
something,
good
I half-ass it all the way. I sent you
Well, I
the,
don't think.
as you can tell, because I just sent you that fucking kewlpAd skin, and a link to the Unifont. So, it's in Discord now.
Okay. It's in the queue. It's not going to be up and running tonight, but this is awesome.
I know, it'll take about 2 weeks for it to get through the queue before, like, oh
Yes,
yeah, I have time to get
exactly.
around to this stupid thing.
It'll definitely be up sooner than my fucking avatar, though.
Because that takes literally seconds for you to do.
Just in case. I don't know. I shouldn't get into that. But, oh, I lost it. I don't remember what we were doing anymore.
Because it's done. Like, I did, this whole stream was about me making that stupid fucking skin for a 15-year-old program.
Okay, well... Okay, I still need to test for audio. I didn't actually do the thing I said I was leaving to do, which you can probably tell because I didn't leave.
Yeah. So, I mean, you don't really have to go anywhere. There's no leaving. But if you...
Well, I didn't mean I was actually going to leave this room, ever. I'd give anything to just not...
I can read the Electron homepage to you while you figure out if the audio is working, if you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright. Electron 1.0 is here. See the announcement.
Oh, you're doing the voice too?
Oh yeah,
I love it.
totally. And explore the API Demos app. It will be epic. That's not on the page, I just threw that one in. Build cross-platform desktop apps with JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. It's easier than you think. If you can build a website, you can build a desktop app. That's not true. Electron is a framework for creating native applications. That's only half true. With web technologies like JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. You know it because we just said it a minute ago. It takes care of the hard parts. That's half true. So you can focus on the core of your application, which will be written in shitty JavaScript.
But Zybris, what if I'd like to use an advanced feature?
Too bad!
Oh! I guess, should I just use something free instead?
Electron is free!
Oh, damn it.
If your time has no value. Sorry, that was not mine. I stole that one.
Dead. Where's that one from?
It's an old joke. It's about Linux, actually.
Okay.
Linux is only free.
Just remind...
Yeah, Linux is only free if your time has no value.
The whole thing had a very dark, Max Headroom vibe to it.
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for, you know, just dystopian, all the things.
Oh, dude. That'd be a cool way to stream on cam.
Oh?
You could have, like, Max Headroom level facial prosthesis with fake 3D effects in the background. Those are all hand-drawn, by the way. It's not CGI.
Well, because you couldn't, really. It would be more expensive to do that. At the time.
I mean, they totally could have, but they just didn't have money.
Yeah, well, anything's possible. I mean, the company that became, Pixar, they were making shit in the 80s. I mean, it was blobby, ridiculous crap, but it was still fucking... It was 3D.
Nothing in the backgrounds is so, like, intense that you'd need it to be, like, look all that good. But it probably does look better hand-drawn. But like clearly all their special effects budget went into facial prosthesis.
It's just a mask.
Also, the actor like basically hated every second of his life inside Max Headroom's face.
Yeah, I would too.
And pretty much looks upon the entire experience with like distant regret.
See, the funny thing is I mostly remember the whole hacked broadcast, the guy wearing the Max Headroom mask that took over the airways in Chicago for
Yeah,
like
I've
15
watched
minutes.
it a few times.
It's totally fucking random, and you have like there's no explanation for it. They never found out who did it.
Oh, I was gonna put that in a track someday.
Oh yeah, sample it. What are they gonna do? Sue you for copyright infringement? They'd have to reveal who they were.
Yeah. Well, it's a hacker. They don't care about copyrights.
Information wants to be free, man.
They just wanted to be on TV for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
15 minutes. Was it really 15 minutes?
I don't know how long it was.
He's probably, yeah, he was just hacking his literal 15 minutes of fame. Which, okay, that guy, technically, he's amazing because people still remember that.
Yeah, but I mean, how frustrating would that be? You'd
That
never be able to talk
incident-
about it.
Yeah, last I checked, that incident has its own Wikipedia page.
See, that's epic right there. That's like you've made your mark on society.
That guy's a good fucking hacker for sure.
If you have a Wikipedia page, you know you've made it. Okay, this is fucking ridiculous. This fucking program is made in Electron, and I can't read. I have no reading comprehension. Forget everything I was about to say. Even though I didn't say it, so you don't even know what I was about to say. But just assume whatever it was.
I love the way you say "forget everything I was about to say." Saints motherfucking Rizzo.
Actually, the entire time I've actually had Get Out of Hell running in the background while I've been doing this.
Had what?
I've had Get Out of the Hell running in the background throughout the entire thing, this whole time. It's running right there.
I have too. I don't want to be not ready when we go. We really just kind of stabbed peak hours to death and left it to die.
I don't know what peak hours are, so I just because
Well, it's not midnight on the East Coast.
I guess that's true. Because I don't usually even start streaming until it's midnight on the fucking West Coast. So, what are peak hours? I don't even know.
Peak hours, well, this is something Amber would be good at knowing, because peak hours on the internet are, weird and different, and they're somewhat extended.
Well, also, it doesn't make any sense, because it's like pretending that North America is the only place that people are on the internet.
Yeah. Well, that's true, but, am I gonna get a lot of viewers from, whatever time of day 4 a.m. is, early evening?
I don't know. I don't think the Pacific Ocean has a lot of viewers.
Oh, okay. And, half of the people my schedule works for are in China, where Twitch is probably illegal.
I didn't even think about that. It might be.
I know there's a few Japanese people on Twitch, but they usually use something else. I know, gaming videos usually wind up on something...
Wind up on something what?
It's called Nico Nico Duga.
Oh, Nico
I'll
Nico.
type it out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's
yeah,
probably...
Now, if you're still here and you can tell us anything about peak hours on Twitch, please do. We love you.
Yeah, one streamer has a huge Russian following,
Mostly, especially me.
I bet South Korea has, a huge fucking presence on Twitch. I mean, if they don't, I'd be surprised. And they probably have their own.
South Korea really only plays certain types of games, though, so I know I'll never have an audience. They are strictly an online gaming country.
Huh. Well, the one...
They play...
I actually know very little about what their gaming culture is like. I know, however, they make badass keyboards because I have two of them.
I know a lot about the Korean history of video games in general, actually. Not so much about the newer stuff, but yeah, basically, it's the MOBA thing and games like that, and Dota. That's what people in South Korea play. They play in like web cafes, but they are very into. They want to be online. They want to be playing with everyone in the world at once, and they want like that connectivity.
Yeah. Well, then there's like the
I'm not,
StarCraft games and stuff like that too. I don't know if people still play StarCraft, but
oh yeah, I mean there's StarCraft 2 or whatever, and I know in Korea that's probably the thing. And then like also basically remember any online game that's actually made by Koreans, it's got to be the hugest shit over there.
yeah.
Um,
Huh.
I'm wondering why my stream won't pop up the actual game, but half the time what happens is my stream craps out on the browser, so I'm seeing like a freeze frame from like 5 minutes ago. But yeah, it was working. Now it's not.
That sucks.
Well,
What fucking
I'm
time
not sure
zone is
what's going
this
on with it.
thing even in? Doesn't say what time zone it's in. That's not very helpful. I guess and it thinks now is 22:59. So that's like 20
Oh,
minutes ago.
I've been having really bad problems with time sync on all my Windows, and I'm thinking, hold on, I've got to wait for my game to stop blasting my ears with noise. I should really just turn this shit down. So I'm thinking that some of the stuff I did to get Windows 10 or Windows 7 to never update again
Yeah.
is fucking up my time settings. You know what it also changed? It's like, when you have a problem with your internet connection and you go to the thing and it troubleshoots and it kind of just fixes the problem automatically since it's some weird thing you probably don't even know about.
Uh,
That doesn't work anymore,
that ever
which is kind of an issue.
that ever worked for you?
Oh yeah, sometimes it completely fixes a problem automatically that is some shit I've never heard of.
All right. Well, here, I'm gonna stream this if I can type services.msc. Like most of the time, especially on Windows 8. You're on what, 7 now? There is That's totally not it. It's this guy right here. Yeah. So there is a Windows service called WLAN autoconfig, which will just fucking die. It'll just crash. I think it's Windows 7 also, but definitely on Windows 8. It'll just fucking crash randomly for no reason, and you'll like lose your Wi-Fi.
Windows 7 Auto what?
It's called WLAN autoconfig. So if you type in services.msc into run, it'll pop up this window called services. And then you scroll to the bottom and there's something called WLAN autoconfig. And if it
Okay, that's for wireless LAN though.
right, so that's for your Wi-Fi.
Right.
And so a lot of times what'll happen is that service will just fall the fuck over, and you'll lose your internet connection if you're connected over Wi-Fi. And so you just click on start and restart it, and suddenly your Wi-Fi starts working again.
I only have Wi-Fi running on my laptop. I'm a LAN man.
Whoa, you got like wires and shit? So retro.
Yeah, dude, I got both of my PCs running on LAN.
That's so retro.
I have it's better.
There are definitely advantages to it.
There's some routers that they're now making especially for streamers, and I really want to check one of those out. But it's kind of a crappy investment to make on a shitty internet service.
Well, that's probably just fucking bullshit anyway, but who knows?
Just marketing.
Yeah, mostly. Like, hey, let's market this shit towards streamers. They'll buy anything. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, well, that was the next thing I was gonna think about. And yeah, I did mean to like show you at some point and ask you, but we'll do that a month and a half from now, when we get around to it.
Yeah, speaking of getting around to it, I think we should take a break. And because I'm gonna I'm out of tea and everything, and
Okay.
then we can try playing Get Out of Hell and see how that goes.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
I guess I'll put it on BRB, and we can just like come back in like 10 minutes or something.
Okay. I had to close your stream just now anyway because I think it's stream from playing on my monitoring computer, which is the reason I have 3 computers on this desk. So yeah, I might spend this entire 10 minutes trying to see why my game won't pop up, but
Okay.
9:30, 9:35.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. BRB.
BRB.